Before we begin, understand this. If you are a man who values discipline, clarity, and inner authority, you belong here. Subscribe to this channel, not for entertainment, for training. Now listen, you have been told a lie about success. The lie says that success is loud. The lie says that confidence must perform. The lie says that power announces itself. That lie is attractive to weak men. Real power is quiet. Real discipline does not explain itself. Real conviction does not seek applause. Most men secretly believe that success arrives when motivation is high and conditions are perfect. They wait for the feeling. They wait for approval. They wait to be seen. That is the myth. The truth is colder. Success is built in silence, through repeated obedience to principle, long before anyone notices. What you witnessed in that moment, when a well-known public interviewer observed disciplined prayer without mockery, without interruption, without needing to comment, was not about religion. It was about posture, stillness, respect, order. A man with inner authority recognizes discipline immediately, even when it comes from a system not his own. He does not rush to judge. He does not rush to speak. He watches. And most men never learn to watch. They fill silence with noise because silence forces self-confrontation. Ask yourself this. When you encounter something disciplined, structured, and ancient, do you feel threatened or grounded? Your reaction reveals your level of inner order. The invisible work of real men happens when no one is watching, not when cameras are on, not when validation is available, not when praise is guaranteed. It happens early. It happens alone. It happens repeatedly. Discipline is not dramatic. It is procedural. Every day you wake at a time you decided in advance. Every day you move your body regardless of mood. Every day you practice restraint when impulse offers comfort. No one sees this. No one applauds this. And that is why it works. Men fail because they try to feel disciplined instead of behaving disciplined. Behavior shapes identity, not emotion, not intention. The invisible work of real men happens when no one is watching, not when cameras are on, not when validation is available, not when praise is guaranteed. It happens early. It happens alone. It happens repeatedly. Discipline is not dramatic. It is procedural. Every day you wake at a time you decided in advance. Every day you move your body regardless of mood. Every day you practice restraint when impulse offers comfort. No one sees this. No one applauds this. And that is why it works. Men fail because they try to feel disciplined instead of behaving disciplined. Behavior shapes identity, not emotion, not intention. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Preparation meeting opportunity is not a motivational phrase. It is a universal law. Opportunity does not knock loudly. It passes quietly through rooms filled with unprepared men. The prepared man recognizes it because his mind is already ordered. He does not scramble. He does not panic. He responds. Pressure reveals patterns, not character creation, character exposure. Put a man under stress, and you will not see who he wants to be. You will see who he has trained himself to be. Consider the man facing financial instability. One man reacts emotionally. He blames the system. He escapes into distraction. He seeks comfort through consumption. Another man reduces noise. He audits his behavior. He cuts unnecessary expenses. He increases skill acquisition. He accepts discomfort without complaint. Same pressure. Different pattern. Consider the man facing disrespect. One man explodes. He raises his voice. He demands validation. He loses leverage. Another man stays calm. He observes. He adjusts positioning. He lets consistency speak over time. Same trigger. Different identity. Pressure does not lie. Focus is territory. And most men leave it unguarded. They allow notifications to trespass. They allow opinions to infiltrate. They allow comparison to poison clarity. Focus must be defended like land. What you allow into your attention determines what you become. Not motivation, not inspiration, attention. Ask yourself this. What do you protect more carefully, your phone or your mind? Distraction is not harmless. It is a slow erosion of authority. A distracted man cannot lead himself. A distracted man cannot be trusted with responsibility. Focus is not intensity. It is exclusion. You must decide what does not enter. The growth sequence is simple, but it is unforgiving. learn, apply, evaluate, correct, persist. Most men stop at learning. They consume content, they collect ideas, they feel informed. Not motivation, not inspiration. Attention. Ask yourself this: what do you protect more carefully, your phone or your mind? Distraction is not harmless. It is a slow erosion of authority. A distracted man cannot lead himself. A distracted man cannot be trusted with responsibility. Focus is not intensity. It is exclusion. You must decide what does not enter. The growth sequence is simple, but it is unforgiving. Learn, apply, evaluate, correct, persist. Most men stop at learning. They consume content. They collect ideas. They feel informed. Some seasons build. Some seasons refine. Some seasons test. Impatience destroys more potential than failure ever could. The man who understands time does not rush outcomes. He compounds effort. He compounds restraint. He compounds focus. Every day, a small action. Every day, no announcement. Every day, no shortcut. Momentum is not dramatic. It is mechanical. The flywheel turns slowly at first. No applause, no visible reward. Then one day, the same effort produces more output. Not because you tried harder, but because you stayed longer. Breakthrough is not an event. It is a lifestyle. Emotional control, identity clarity, inner authority. You do not react, you respond. You do not chase validation. You generate gravity. You do not need to speak loudly. Your consistency speaks for you. This is what disciplined systems reveal to observant men. Not belief, not performance, structure, order under pressure. And that is why a silent moment of respect matters more than commentary. It reveals recognition. If you are still listening, subscribe to this channel. This is not content. This is conditioning. Now ask yourself one final question before we continue. Where in your life are you undisciplined but pretending you are committed? Do not answer emotionally. Answer honestly. Because honesty is the first act of discipline, and discipline is the foundation of all authority. Authority does not come from position, it comes from self-command. A man who cannot govern his impulses will never govern outcomes. A man who cannot endure boredom will never master complexity. A man who cannot delay pleasure will never earn respect. This is not harsh, this is accurate. You do not need more confidence, you need more control. Confidence without control is noise. Control without confidence becomes authority over time. Look closely at any system that produces disciplined men. There is structure, there is repetition, there is submission to rules that exist beyond emotion. Not because emotion is evil, but because emotion is unreliable. A disciplined framework removes negotiation. You do not ask yourself how you feel before doing what must be done. You act first. Your feelings follow. Most men invert this order. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. They wait to feel certain. Certainty is earned through action, not before it. This is why ritual matters, not as symbolism, not as performance, as training. Repeated actions at fixed times condition the nervous system. They teach the body obedience. They teach the mind stillness. A man who can kneel internally, who can submit his ego to order, can stand firmly in chaos. This is the paradox weak men cannot understand. Submission to discipline creates freedom, not freedom to indulge. Freedom to choose correctly under pressure. Ask yourself this: when discomfort appears, do you escape or do you engage? Escape feels like relief. Engagement feels like resistance. But resistance builds capacity. Every day you choose the harder option, you increase your margin of control. Every day you choose comfort, you shrink it. Margins matter in business, in relationships, in crisis. The man with margins stays calm when others panic. Calm is not passive. Calm is controlled readiness. You have been conditioned to believe that intensity equals seriousness. It does not. Consistency equals seriousness. Intensity burns out. Consistency compounds. This is why men fail quietly, not in dramatic collapse, but in daily compromise. One skipped discipline, one justified distraction, one delayed correction. Over time, identity erodes. You do not wake up one day undisciplined. You train yourself into it, the same way you train yourself out. Feedback is the mirror disciplined men do not avoid. They measure, not emotionally, not defensively, objectively. What gets measured gets corrected. What gets ignored gets repeated. Ownership is not self-blame. Ownership is power. If it is your fault, it is your responsibility. If it is your responsibility, it is within your control. Men who blame surrender authority. Men who take responsibility regain it. Momentum follows clarity. When your priorities are few, your actions become sharp. When your priorities are many, your actions become diluted. You cannot pursue everything and master anything. Choose deliberately, then eliminate ruthlessly. Breakthrough is not sudden. It is earned through alignment. Your habits align with your standards. Your standards align with your identity. Identity is not what you say. It is what you tolerate. What you tolerate repeats. What repeats becomes you. This is the quiet truth behind disciplined systems. They reduce tolerance for weakness, not through punishment, through expectation. The expectation is simple. Show up, do the work, do it again. No applause required. The world respects men who respect themselves. Self-respect is built through kept promises, not promises to others, promises to yourself. Every broken self-promise weakens trust. Every kept self-promise strengthens authority. You feel this internally before anyone sees it externally. That internal posture changes how you walk, how you speak, how you decide. This is why moments of observed discipline matter. They remind you of what is possible when order replaces chaos. Not belief, not motivation, practice. If this message challenges you, it is doing its job. This channel is not for casual listeners. It is for men willing to train their minds. Subscribe now, not for inspiration, for discipline. We will continue to dismantle weakness and build authority on principle at a time.